Learn some challenges of the fundraiser faces and the meaning of social investment. What is the scenario for the social investment in Brazil? You might be asking yourself, since there are so many social organizations, will my institution run a deadly dispute for fundraising? Absolutely not, just all way round. You can benefit from sharing knowledge and experiences with other organizations and improve your activities as a fundraiser as well. The same way that there are already existing millions of social organizations in the country, there are also many sources of raising. See the numbers of every source and its potential growth. Enterprises and corporate foundations. Estimated private investment 7 to 10 billion reais each year. Potential growth average. Potential use of tax incentives high. According to IPEA Institute of Applied Research in Brazil, the social investment coming from corporations have increased in the last 20 years. In 2008, according to IPEA records, 59% out of 782,000 Brazilian corporations surveyed have made a social investment in 462,000. 39% of the 462,000 enterprises aim to broaden their social investments. The group of GIFE, Association of Social Investors in Brazil, invested 2.3 billion in the social area in 2012. Out of these, foundations have patrimonial funds or funds of reserves. Community survey shows the total donation of 2.5 billion reais in 2012. Individuals, amount invested per year, 5.2 to 6 billion reais. Potential growth high. Potential use of incentives high. The middle class overlaps 50% of the population. However, according to the survey provided by Child Fund Brazil in 2011, only 9% of the population contributes to the social environment causes. Despite acquisitive power rise, people still prove low engagement towards the third sector financing. However, some institutes are trying to reverse this picture, encouraging the act of donators, for example, IDIS, Development Institution of Social Investments, foundations, international institutes. Amount invested per year, 0.5 billion reais. Potential growth, low. The international organization donors have quite downsized over the last years, and they have been more focused in some educational, health and welfare benefits, being engaged on public policies. Government. Estimated amount invested per year, 16 billion reais, IPEA. Considering the mandatory and voluntary federal transfers to the social organizations, those transfers to social organizations run up to 2.5%, mainly in 2005 and of 1.8% in 2010 of the federal budget. IPEA research 2012 shows that 20,095 deals were made between 2003 and 2011 by the federal government with social organizations, summing up an amount of 12 million reais. Potential growth, low. There has been an increase of voluntary transfers of the federal government to non-profitable entities in 1999, 2.2 billion reais, to 2010, 4.1 billion reais, but did not follow the total growth of the federal budget. The state and municipal transfers have outgrown the federal ones. IPEA 2011, the counties and states have been investing in outsourcing of many social services for the social organizations. Private investor on impact businesses. Amount invested per year, 400 million reais. Potential growth, high. The new models of impact business, high social impact and financing performance are turning into reality. What are the challenges for the fundraisers? Although fundraisers perform in various causes, as you do, they have a big challenge in common that goes beyond raising funds for the institution, but to participate on planning and on execution of projects together with the donors' engagement. The fundraiser supports the institute he works for to boost impact and to build long-lasting and genuine relationships with the society, streamlining the relationship between investors and donors, enlightening the importance of such work, and as a result, keeping them investing. The civil society organizations have an important role working in the three sectors, managing them, working out action plans to accomplish their performance, or supervising them to guarantee work is being done. The objective of such work is to improve the current scenario and to assure sustainable and fair society. The state, organized civil society, SO, and the market. Follow the subtract done up to here. 1. New models for impact businesses are arising. They have the role to generate products and services that guarantee the low-income communities a better quality of life. 2. The private companies are more and more aware of their social responsibility and then have joined some coalitions through foundations and self-institutions in order to provide social and impact investments. 3. The civil society organizations have been striving for their mandate to reach their own sustainability, hiring fundraisers, professionalizing their development institutional area, and doing a planned fundraising transparent and displaying results. To achieve that, they started to diversify their sources and fundraising techniques. For example, the campaign for voluntary donations and to social works, bazaar sales, thrifty shops, and product sales, crowdfunding, donations through cell phones and donations, and institutional and strategic partnerships. 4. Through the focus on the social impact and not on the model in which the organization is framed, a closer approach between the NPO and the impact businesses start. Both are seeking for hybrid activities and carry the same objective to solve problems and social environment demand at the time they obtain their own resources and even profits to the investors. In this new context, new business models arise, but they should not be seen as only existing way to reduce the social problems. 5. The solutions for the social environmental issues must be the combination of diversified options, one of assistance, philanthropy, social entrepreneurial, social business, impact business, social corporate responsibilities, and more models to come, and many businesses models of NGO with generated revenues, NPO with revenues, NGO social business which invest their profits on the NGO, NPO which invest their profits on NGO, of social business which invest their profits on their own businesses, cooperatives, and impact business which share dividends with their investors. And so many opportunities have come up to bring its funds to social initiatives, being them from the higher amounts raised and from private investors who invest on fundraising from their own institutions. Be aware to the trends on fundraising, create resources to implement projects which assist the causes in which our organization prays for. You fundraiser has a fundamental role in the current picture. Embrace this opportunity in improving your knowledge about this topic and apply it to your daily working routine. Remember, you can consult our material and tips in our site www.captamos.org.br or www.forsteps.com.br.